Okay, so I'm for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And the water signs. Okay. So start with Pisces. Messages for Pisces, please, for September. Messages for Pisces for September. So we've got rebellion in reverse and we've got resurrection in reverse. So you've got two double numbers there. You've got 44 and 33. But rebellion is upstart, tumult and revolution, 33, which is a 6, which is getting beyond the chaos. So it may be that you try to bring peace into a situation and you try not to aggravate a situation. You may be coming past a time now where you've had to speak out about something, or you've had to stand your ground about something, or stand up for something, and really kind of, it may have caused some conflicts. But with it being like a 33, which breaks down to a 6, it's almost like that's coming to an end now, and you may be kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say backtracking on what you've caused, or not necessarily backtracking on what you've been doing, but it's more a feeling of we've proved the point, we've got the point across, right? Now we can calm down, now we can relax and not kind of aggravate a situation any further. And then with resurrection, which was also in reverse, we've got reprise, recovery and comeback, which is 44, which is an 8. It's a master card, so it may well be that you've been trying to do something, or you've been trying to achieve something, and as much as you've put into it, as much effort and energy that you've been putting into it, you've not been able to achieve what you were trying to achieve, and it may have got a bit chaotic and a bit out of control. So it's almost like you've had to kind of remove yourself from this. And with this being in reverse, I almost feel like a pulling back kind of, it might be time to like leave it alone now. It might be something that you may need to leave alone now, because there'll be no coming back from it. So maybe if you've been trying to do something or trying to achieve something, and it started out as like I don't know, do you know, like when you get protests and stuff like that, and they start off all peaceful, but then when it gets to a point where it's chaotic and chaos and things are getting ruined and people are smashing people's cars and shops and stuff up, and it gets out of control, it kind of loses the meaning of what you were trying to achieve in the first place. And the sympathies that can kind of be gained for it can kind of be lost in the chaos of it all. So it may well be this, it may well be now that you're just kind of withdrawing back from something because it's not worked out how you would hoped, and you don't know, you're not sure how you could recover a situation from where it's at. And this, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a protest or anything like that. This could be dealing with other people, it could be dealing with somebody in the workplace or anything really, but it could be just something that you've tried to do but it's not worked out, it's not panned out how you had hoped. Messages for Pisces. So we've got Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. It's number 15, it's another 6 card. It's about moving out of, it's moving beyond a place of like kind of being stuck. With the Dust Devil, it's kind of moving beyond a place of being stuck, but also a Dust Devil, it can create chaos in its wake. So it may be that you would just try to get yourself in this time or around this time, or if it's not happened yet, you've been trying to get yourself out of a place of stagnation, you've been trying to get yourself out of a place where you've been feeling stuck or boxed in, or just like a really stagnant energy, but the way that you've gone about it may not have been the best. it might have been the best. It may just be that it caught momentum and it got out of control really fast. It got really out of control really fast and caused a lot of damage where it needn't have. And it, as I say, it could in that respect, it can lose the sympathies. It can lose the meaning behind what you were trying to do or what you were trying to achieve. So you may have caused a bit of chaos or conflict in your life, but this could actually be vice versa as well. Somebody may be doing this with you, and you might be just deciding now that you're not partaking in it anymore. You don't want any more to do with it. Like you can't put any more into it, and you don't see how you can come back from that. We have the Empress. We have the Devil. And we have Strength. So if this isn't you, this may well be you, but this, you know, this can also be vice versa. You could be in a place now where you don't want to mess with your stability. You know things have taken hard work. You've put a lot of hard work and effort into everything. These fields don't harvest themselves. Somebody has to harvest them, and if somebody's not willing to help or put in the effort that an Empress expects, or that an Empress would appreciate from someone. So if this is somebody that's kind of been going against you, you may well now be deciding that enough of that, and you might be just cutting something off and cutting it out and focusing on yourself and looking after and making sure everything within you and maybe kids, maybe family is stable and secure. You may be just like not partaking in the upset and whatever's causing chaos anymore. You might be just backing away from that and looking after yourself, because you have expectations, and you've got a right to have expectations. This could also be that you have tried to achieve something, but it's not worked out as planned, and now you're realizing that you don't want to rock the stability that you've already got. With the Devil here, it could well be that it's been something that you've been... I'm going to start sneezing. 1 minute. Don't do it. With the Devil here, and she's kind of looking into... No, 1 minute. With the Devil here, and she's looking into the Empress, it could well be that this is speaking to another person around you that's quite a toxic energy. So this could well be you deciding that somebody's kind of causing a lot of chaos in your life, and you just don't want no part of it. She's got her back to this Devil, and this Devil's looking in on her. But this could also be you and another person. As I say, it could be vice versa, but there's this negative energy, there's a negative undertone to something, and it may have not started out that way. So it could even just be like kind of a tit for tat situation where it's been a bit combative and then it's just kind of spiraled out of control. But I get almost a tit for tat kind of energy, and it may be that you're dealing with someone that's just not prepared to back off from this energy, and you're wanting peace now. And because you're wanting peace now, you're going to be turning your back maybe on somebody. And with the Strength card here, this is the card about kind of having self-control, learning to have self-control. So it may well be as well, what's just coming to my mind is that you may have been going through some shit, and it's kind of had you just kind of acting all out of character, but it was to make a point. You may have been doing something to make a point, or someone around you may have been doing something to make a point. Now I can't help noticing that this Devil's holding a wine glass. So it may well be that somebody's got into some kind of addictive or toxic behaviour, or something where they've let something kind of consume them a bit, and now you're needing, if it's not you, it's them, it's now you may be needing to have strength to remove yourself from a situation so you're not getting dragged down with it. Or someone's having to remove themselves from you till you get yourself under control and get yourself out of a toxic energy. And if this is speaking to multiple people, it's almost like everybody's going to have strength in this situation. It's almost like somebody may be just kind of prone to just overreacting or getting a bit like kind of heated or feisty, and you can't be bothered with this kind of energy anymore. So it's like they've got to learn to control that side of themselves, but then you've also got to learn to control the side of yourself, which might be the lady in the card, who would be, you know, the one that's kind of nurturing this lion, nurturing this energy. So it might be that you have to back yourself off from an energy that is a bit toxic for you to keep peace for yourself and possibly for your family, because she's in a pregnant way in this card. The Empress is pregnant, and it speaks of groups and growth. So it may be that to improve your situation, you might have to remove yourself from someone, or this might be someone doing this to you, and it's a wake-up call maybe that you need to get on top of whatever situation it is that's pulling you into a negative energy, because if it isn't a case already where there's going to be no coming back from it, it's going to get there very soon. I mean, I can't help noticing that the word devil is on the board like twice. I can't help noticing that, and it's almost like there's something that may have started out as something quite innocent maybe, or quite just to be a bit rebellious, has spiraled. It has spiraled, and it's been allowed to spiral, so it's getting control of it. It's getting control of self to not allow things to kind of, if it's you getting upset and maybe doing stuff that's not the best, kind of getting control of yourself so you're not going into that energy, so you don't have to feel that if something goes wrong or if something goes a bit off, that you have to resort to kind of a toxicity to kind of comfort yourself. And I feel like a comfort kind of is something that's done to kind of self-soothe, but it's not the best. But the Strength card is a number 8, and this is a card all about mastery. It's about kind of having success, and as it comes from over here, the 8 was in reverse, the 44 resurrection is in reverse, so the 8 in this case is in the upright. So I feel like it's like it may take time, and it may take something to fall apart, but you will get there, and you'll get yourself right. But if it's not happened already, it might be time to kind of sit and think about things, and think whether you're prepared to lose something or someone around you, or whether they're prepared to lose you. Have them think whether they're prepared to lose you, because that is on the cards. If it continues the way it's going, that is on the cards. But you won't be as drawn into it anymore. It's almost like you can have a sense of willpower about yourself, that you're not going to be drawn into whatever the turmoil is, whatever this like kind of dust devil is, whatever cyclone, whatever it is, the chaos. You're not going to be drawn into it as easy once you get a grip of yourself, or if it's another person, once you get a grip, or they get a grip, or whatever it is that comes to get out of this toxic energy, you're not going to be drawn into stuff as easy. You're going to have learned from it. That's what I get for Pisces. Okay, so we move on to Cancer. What messages are coming up for Cancer for September? Messages for Cancer for September, please. Messages for Cancer for September. We have Immortal, the consuming family, pressure of peers. messages for Cancer for September. That's too many, I'm not taking all of them. Any more messages for Cancer? Too many. Dropping chunks of cards. Anything more for Cancer? Okay, I'm just going to pull. And I've got discipline. So immortal and discipline. Oops. So immortals are number 6, which is a move beyond a chaotic situation. It's wanting to get beyond something, the chaos of the 5s. And then discipline is 34, which is a 7, which is about reflection. It's about sitting and thinking about where you've been, where you've come from, how much effort you're putting into something, whether something's really worth it. I mean, it says training, consistency and practice, but it's almost like you may be feeling like you've put a lot into something and you're not really seeing the rewards. That was quick. Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. So you may be putting a lot of effort and energy into something that you're feeling that you're not seeing anything back for. You may be feeling like it's taking a lot of your time. And with it being discipline here, it's almost like it's... I almost get a sense of like it's an indiscipline. It's like you put time and effort into things, but you don't really invest into it. You're not really investing into it, so you need to start putting a disciplined kind of amount of effort into something, but you may choose not to. And it may be something that's not really for you, or you may not really wanting to do, but you're feeling kind of pressure from family and pressure from peers. So it may well be that, you know, you've spoken to somebody, you've decided to involve people in your life, or people kind of have expectations on you and put things on you. So you do something thinking that this is what people want you to do. So you kind of go ahead with it and you chase it and you kind of carry on with it. And you get yourself into situations that you might not even want to do. So you've got, like, she's playing like a cello here. And it may well be that you're continuing. I mean, I can't help noticing the lightning going in the background and stuff like that. So I can't help notice with this card, I get a sense and I get a feeling. Almost like, if you're going to do it right. And if you're not going to do it right, then why are you bothering? Why are you bothering? Because other people are expecting it of you, because it's something that you feel you have to do. Why are you bothering? If you're not going to put the discipline, or if you're not going to put the effort into something, and not just for benefit for yourself, you're not going to put effort into it because it's something that you actually want to do, then why are you bothering? Don't do something just because other people are expecting it of you. And this can be talking about kind of getting into relationships where people where expectations become of it, or where you've got kids and you get trapped into a relationship where there's kids, because people think that you should stand by your kids, and you know that's nice in theory, but in practice it's a whole different ball game, isn't it? Especially if you don't get along with the person, or you're not particularly keen of the person and you don't get along with them anymore, why should you stay stuck to something like that? So if you've got yourself into something and you feel like you're half-arsing it, why don't you ask yourself, like, really and realistically, do you want to put in the effort and energy into it? Is there something that you want to achieve with it? And if the answer is no, don't be forced into something, or don't feel trapped into something because other people are expecting something of you, or because people might look at you away. I mean, pressure of peers, it's like when friends will be like, it could say to you, oh, don't be doing that, or don't be going back to them, or don't be, and they say don't be doing this, don't be doing, and it's all, and I mean 9 out of 10 it's stuff that they would do themselves, and it's they make you feel as if you would be laughed upon or looked at in a way because you've gone to do something that they frowned upon, but this may be something that they would actually do themselves in a heartbeat if they were only given an opportunity to. So it's just like, don't be forced into something because of the way people, I mean, don't allow yourself to be that conceited that you allow other people's opinions of you to have you faking a life, faking a way of being, faking an existence just to save face. If your heart's not in it and you're not prepared to do what you want to do, or if you're not prepared to do it and give your full undivided attention to learn it, then why are you bothering? With Garden and Venus here, it says rest and renewal. You may be feeling like withdrawing away from something, so it may be that you need time to remove yourself from a situation to be able to sit and actually think whether you want to be involved with it, if this is truly what you want, and if this is truly where your heart's desire is. This is 25, it's another 7. So it's a time of reflection and looking back. Where are you? Where have you been? How did you get where you are? Really, how did you get where you are? What did you do to create? Because when we get into things, and sometimes when we get into things that we may not even want to be part of, we kind of allow other people to kind of push us along, or we just follow along with a crowd or an expectation, and then we get into these things and it's like, well, how the fuck did I get here? How did I get here? And it's you need time to be able to sit and think to yourself whether this is what you truly want, and what you're, and I don't know why I'm in my head I got suffer, if this is what you really want to suffer, if this is really where you're gonna settle is the word I'm looking for, if this is really where you're gonna settle, if this is really where your heart is, or whether you want to make a change and move forward in a different direction. And this could be speaking about with the same person, this could be making a change with the same person, but just changing the way something is because it's not working for you as it stands. 1 minute, this dog. Oh, my dog's driving. She's called Daughter, and she's driving my daughter. So we've got the 9 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Temperance in reverse. So the 9 of Cups is about wishes coming true. However, I can't help noticing that he's looking off to this direction of the read. So there may be something that was for you that you've let go because of other people. You may actually be, because this can speak about being happy by yourself or being by yourself, but I can also see this card as it could be a card of drinking too much, choosing to drink too much, or indulging a bit too much. If not drink other things, he's smoking a cigar there, but if not drink other things, it could be something that you're kind of trying to numb a pain with. There's something that may be missing, which she's got 9 cups, so there may be the 10th cup missing, this 10 of cups is missing, and you're looking back at all this stuff here, and it's almost like you're not feeling the fulfillment that you were hoping to feel. Something is just for show. He's got all these little cups there. Something is just for show. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, this speaks of like cycles, things cycling out. It may be time to bring something to an end. If something's not for you and your heart is not really in it, it might be time to bring something to an end and move forward. Move forward in a new direction. It's almost something that's fated to happen, and it's like the wheel is turning, and it's something's got to come to an end, and you've got to move forward from. And this could speak to as well things cycling back around. So even if you're bringing an end to something, it could be a way that you're dealing with something that you bring an end to, and then when you bring this end in, you may then want to renew, cycle it back around and renew the situation, but under different terms and conditions where other people are not involved, where it's in a way that's going to be working for you, in a way that you're going to want to be dealing with it. Something that's intriguing and interesting to you, or in a way that brings you some kind of satisfaction to want to deal with it again, so taking away the bullshit from it. But this can also speak to karma. This could be a karmic wheel that has turned. You may have done something where the karmic wheel is turning, and now you may have done something for show. You may have done something for show, and now you're kind of stuck. You feel stuck on it, and you're stuck to it. And this is like, if this is like you've done something for show, and this is like the karma of that. It's the karma of kind of ego, the karma of your pride, the karma of your ego. Because with the Temperance reverse, this is about being all kinds of out of whack. This is about not being able to blend things or bring things together in a way that is satisfactory, in a way that it is creating equal parts and balance within yourself. And this can also be speaking to like overindulging again, which is why I was getting the feeling of like maybe drinking. Something might be happening where things are creeping in a bit of a not an obsessive manner, but like kind of you starting to do things as patterns that are creating to kind of self-comfort, self-soothe. Or it's stuff that's not healthy, it's something that's not going to work for you in the long run. So the way to get beyond this and the way to move beyond this is to have a look at what you're in, what you're dealing with, what's going on around you. Decide whether that is actually for you. And if it's not, cut it off in the best way respectfully possible and move forward to what it is that you truly want. And even if that means ending something to then rebuild it from the ground up, then you do that. You do that, so it's not following the same stagnant pattern and cycling round like the same shit happening time and time and time again. Make it new. And in order to do that, you may have to withdraw from something just to have a bit of time to yourself. Spend a bit of time with yourself, but don't do so in a way that's going to be where you're going to be overindulging. And don't allow other people to dictate how you live your life. It's almost like with the consuming family and the pressure of peers there, it's almost like you live to please other people. You live for other people's approval, and you need to stop doing that. I'm sorry, that was my stomach, if you heard that. You're living to please other people, and it doesn't please yourself, and you need to stop doing that. That's what I'm getting for Cancer. So we're moving on to Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio for September, please. Messages for Scorpio for September, please. Christ. I'm not taking all of them. Messages for Scorpio for September, please. Messages for Scorpio for September. Messages for Scorpio for September. So we've got free will in reverse, and it says sovereignty, independence and free spirit, but that's in reverse. Oh, I'm not taking all of them. It's too many. Any more messages for Scorpio? I'm not taking them either. Messages for Scorpio for September. There's too many. Come on. One more. This deck's just too big. I drop it all the time. I can't put my hands around it because I've got little stubby thumbs. And it's just too big, so I'm going to pull. Messages for Scorpio, September. I've got ecstasy, yielding, rapture and bliss. So free will is 23, which breaks down to a 5, which is about change, and it can speak of conflict. With this being in reverse, you may be feeling a bit stuck in a situation. You may be feeling a bit stuck in a situation, and it may just be to do with yourself, or it could be speaking to somebody who's quite dependent on you. But with ecstasy, yielding, rapture and bliss, I almost get a feeling like you may have gone into something feeling like it was perfect for you, feeling like it was fantastic for you, and that you'd have a lot of freedom within it. And it may be not panning out that way. It may not be panning out that way because what was offered may not be all it appeared to be. 27, which is a 9, is about fruition. It's about completion, stuff like that, but it's about kind of fruition for self. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling kind of thing. So it may be that you're wanting to break away from something, but you're feeling kind of stuck and not sure how to move beyond it because you want to chase something new. There's all these little butterflies here. I feel like you're wanting a change. You're wanting this change